What's going on, guys? So we're back with another one. We got a 2005 Nissan Sentra. Let me get these codes. We had a couple codes. One for first gear malfunction, P0731. Another one for electric throttle control actuator, P1121. And a P1273 air fuel ratio sensor bank 1 lean shift monitoring. Well, what was going on was the check engine light was on here, and when you would drive it, it would feel super sluggish, like really low. And when you try to get up over 40 miles per hour, the pedal would just go all the way down to the floor. It wouldn't go anymore. So I looked online and I found a lot of people were replacing the throttle position sensor more than 3 times, or their ECU, and the problem kept coming back. So this car had some work done on it a couple weeks ago. So I just figured they didn't do the learn procedure for the throttle position sensor because it's connected with the throttle housing. So you need to get procedure, and it pretty much just calibrates the throttle. But I went through the process, through the procedure. I got the check engine light to go off, and the car was driving perfect. It was picking up. I was going way past 60 like nothing. The pedal wasn't hesitating, nothing. But when I would hit a bump or I'd make like a hard turn, the check engine light would flash. It'd come on and off. So I started reading some more, and some other people said, forget changing the throttle position sensor. I mean, if it's bad, I guess it's bad. But the common issue I guess people are having is that the harness, the wires in the connector that goes to the throttle position sensor, I guess they get loose or they break. So let me show you guys what I did. Came over here. And what I did was I took this connector off. I grabbed needle nose pliers and I just pressed the cables in slightly. And then what I did is I took it out, and there's 6 little pins on the inside of this housing right here inside. What I did is I grabbed a flathead screwdriver and I pressed them in a little bit, all of them, so that when I put this back on, it'd be nice and tight. Also, for some reason I had 2 negative cables. I don't know if this could be an issue, but they both had a clamp. There's no way to hook up 2, obviously. One comes from the actual engine right here. Another one is on the chassis. Right there. So what I did is I just cut the clamps off of both of them, and I just put them all to one, and my check engine light went off right away. But ever since I pressed on the little pins, this connector is really nice and snug in there. My coat didn't come back, and the car's driving perfect. So I think it was the harness. It just comes loose and it either breaks or it doesn't make contact all the way. So just press on those pins, and that should take care of your 05 Nissan Sentra not going past 60. Or even when you're going slower, it feels like you hit on the gas all the way and it doesn't even pick up. I mean, I got all these codes, and I was about to replace the throttle position sensor and the CPU and all kinds of shit, but I wanted to try out that thing with the harness. The guy did the same thing. He cleaned out the harness. He sprayed it with the cleaner. There's a special cleaner for the connectors. And then he messed with the pins. You just gotta press them in a little bit so when they go back into the connector, they're nice and tight. And now the car runs perfect. I didn't spend a single dollar. So if you guys have that issue, before you replace the throttle position sensor, clean out the harness, press in each one of those cables with a needle nose just slightly, don't go crazy, and then press on the pins, and then put the plug in there, start the car. And then if you guys need the learn procedure, because after you disconnect the battery or you disconnect the throttle position sensor, you have to do a learn procedure. Just look it up. It's not that hard. Accelerator pedal release position learning, throttle valve closed position learning, and idle air volume learning. I'll put a link from the guy that I watched doing this. Fucking actually works. Good luck, dude.